Hello students, in today's lecture we study about the magnetic moment of the complexes. Okay, in the previous lecture we study about the determination of magnetic susceptibility by the Gauss method, and here in today's lecture we study about the magnetic moment. So this magnetic moment of the complexes, or magnetic moment which arise due to magnetic moment which arise due to the motion of the electron. So there are two types of motion: spin motion as well as the orbital motion. So this magnetic moment arises due to the spin magnetic moment and orbital angular moment. Okay, spin angular moment and magnetic angular moment. So first one, each electron can be treated as a small sphere of negative charge. As the electron having the negative charge is treated as the small sphere of negative charge spinning on its axis. Okay, so that means the electron move around itself. The spinning of charges produces the magnetic moment. That means okay, so this electron move around its own axis and it's behave as a negative charge magnet, so it produces the magnetic moment. Okay, and this the magnetic moment due to the spin of electron on its axis is termed as the spin magnetic moment. And next one is an electron traveling in a closed path around a nucleus also produce the magnetic moment, like the electric current flowing in a circular loop of wire. That means this is the nucleus and electron move around this nuclear in a circular orbit. So this the magnetic moment produced due to this movement of this electron in a circular loop, which is called as the orbital magnetic moment. So the magnetic moment due to motion of the electron around the nucleus, which is called as the orbital. That means this electron move around the nucleus in a circular path, which is called as the orbital magnetic moment. So there are two types of magnetic moment: spin magnetic moment, which is due to the spin angular momentum of the electron, and orbital magnetic moment, which is the orbital angular momentum of the electron. So next one is the determination of the spin magnetic moment. So the formula for determination of the spin magnetic moment, which is equal to mu, which is it is denoted by mu s for the spin magnetic moment, which is equal to under root s into s plus 1, where s it is the spin quantum number. In last previous semester we study about the spin quantum number. The s value is plus minus half. So here s, which is equal to plus minus half, the value of the s which is equal to plus minus half. When there are the n number of electrons, then the value of the s which is equal to n by 2 or n into half, that means the n by 2. And if we put this, the value of the n by 2 in this equation, then the final answer is spin or the spin magnetic moment, which is equal to under root n into n plus 2, where n which is equal to number of unpaired electron. That means if we know the number of unpaired electron in the metal ion, then we can calculate the spin magnetic moment. Then magnetic moment cannot determine directly experimentally, it cannot be determined directly. So we can determine the magnetic moment by using the magnetic susceptibility. So the relation between the molar magnetic susceptibility and the total magnetic moment, or mu effective, which is equal to under root 3, which is equal to under root 3 k xmt divided by L mu naught mu b square, where k it's the Boltzmann constant, L it's the Avogadro's number, mu 0 is the vacuum permeability, T it's the temperature in Kelvin, and xm it's the molar susceptibility. So if we put the value of the k, L, mu 0 and T in the above equation, then the final equation is given as mu effective, which is equal to 0.7977 into under root xmt T. So by using this formula, by using this formula, we calculate the magnetic moment if we know the molar susceptibility of these complexes, and which can be determined by the Gauss method. So by using this xm value, we can calculate the mu effective. Then the unit of this magnetic moment, it is the Bohr magneton. In short form, it is written as the Bm, where 1 Bm, which is equal to 9.27 into 10 to the minus 24 joule per Tesla. So this is the unit of the magnetic moment, Bm, that means the Bohr magneton. It's the SI unit of this magnetic moment. So this is the formula of the magnetic moment, under root n into n plus 2. It is calculated one, and if we find out the magnetic moment by experimentally, we use this formula mu effective, which is equal to 0.7977 under root xm into T. Next is the determination of magnetic moment if we know the number of unpaired electron. Okay, so that means if we have the number of unpaired electron, which is equal to 1. So in that case, we calculate the magnetic moment, okay, mu s, spin magnetic moment, having the formula under root n into n plus 2. So put this value of the n is equal to 1, therefore under root 1 into 1 plus 2, and the final answer is 1.73. Unit is Bm, Bohr magneton. Okay, so if we know the number of unpaired electron, we can calculate the magnetic spin magnetic moment. If we are having 3 unpaired electron, in that case n, which is equal to 3, therefore mu s, which is equal to under root 3 into 3 plus 2. Then and final answer is, if we calculate this, the final answer is 3.87 Bohr magneton. Okay, so if we know the value of the n, we can calculate the spin magnetic moment. Or in other case, if we know calculate the magnetic moment of Fe3 plus, then how it calculate? First calculate the number of unpaired electron in iron. So it's having electronic configuration D5. So it's calculated as mu s, which is equal to under root 5 into 5 plus 2. Then for 5, its value is 5.92 Bm, that means the Bohr magneton. So by using this, we can calculate the number, we can calculate the spin magnetic moment. Okay, so again, by if this metal ion attached to the ligands, or it is in the complexes, then the value of the mu s going to be changed, depends on the high spin and the low spin complexes. Next one is about the spin and orbital contribution to magnetic moment. So most of the, for first transition series element, the orbital contribution to the magnetic moment is quenched. Okay, because the orbital contribution is depends on the chemical environment in the complexes, or the chemical environment behind this metal ion. So in that case, this orbital contribution or orbital contribution of magnetic moment is quenched, that means, or neglected in case of the first transition series element. So only we calculate the mu s for total magnetic moment. But the various complexes of transition metal also, in that case, the magnetic moment, which is the much higher than mu s, if we calculate the mu s, okay, for some complexes, it is and it is the mu we calculate by experimentally. then it is more greater than the mu s, which is due to there is some contribution to the orbital magnetic moment in that case. Okay, so if we calculate the mu effective here, there is the combined contribution of the spin and orbital magnetic moment. So in that case we use the formula mu effective, which is equal to under root s into s plus 1 plus under root L into plus L into L plus 1, where S it is the spin angular momentum, and L, capital L, which is the resultant orbital angular momentum. Here S it is the spin angular momentum, and here L, which is the resultant orbital angular momentum quantum numbers. Okay, so by using if we know the value of the S and L for this metal ion or for these complexes, we can calculate the mu effective, that means the total magnetic moment. Okay, so in today's lecture we study about the spin and orbital magnetic moment, and also we study about the how to calculate the spin magnetic moment if we know the number of unpaired electrons. Okay, thank you.